When you study the jungle critically, you will discover that one very important thing happens. When you take a proper observation through the calibration of animal species in the jungle, you will discover that one very important thing happens. That very important thing is that every animal lives their natural lifestyle. And that lifestyle favors the survival of that species, but weaponizes the survival of other species or animals, as the case may be. When a particular species in animal calibration lives its natural lifestyle, that species is not trying to be wicked, but trying to live its natural life. As little as the mosquito is, when you begin to study the mosquito fights to survive. The mosquito fights for survival. You will understand that the female mosquito sucks your blood. And then you feel that the mosquito is wicked. No, the mosquito is not wicked. The mosquito that sucks your blood is only a female mosquito. Listen carefully. The Anopheles mosquito depends on that blood to grow egg that will sponsor its fertilization, because without sucking your blood, the Anopheles mosquito will no longer be able to fertilize and produce other mosquitoes or reproduce, as you might like to call it. So when the female mosquito is fighting to survive, trusting in your holy blood to be able to experience fertilization, the human life in you is being withdrawn from you. So the fight to survive of the mosquito is the death of human being that the mosquito is biting at that moment. Follow me as I drive you to a critical understanding of a path of destination. As little as the fowl or the cock in your house, the fowl or a cock is a threat to life of other species. But you don't think about this. When the cock is searching for food, you see the cock picks worms and cockroaches from the ground or the floor, respectively. The fowl is fighting for its survival. The fowl is not being wicked to other species. No, that is the fowl's culture or nature, as you might call it. The extermination of life of the cockroaches and the earthworms are the survival of the chickens. Or I should say, the extermination of the cockroaches and worms sponsors the survival of the chickens or the hens or the fowls, as the case may be. This is the same as the snake. The fight for survival of the snake is the death of lizard, rats, and fowls it swallows. Listen, I am taking you to a particular destination. Just pay attention. When the hawk fights to survive, you see the fowl is dying. The hawk is not wicked. Mba. The hawk is not wicked. She is fighting for survival. Mba. The hawk is only fighting to survive. Listen carefully. Now, what about the bigger animals? The real predators. You see the lion. When the lion is fighting to survive, she is not wicked. It is just that she fights to live her natural lifestyle. As a result, you see the antelope as they are dying on a daily basis. This is not your regular, should I say, regular things that you watch. You have to be critically minded for you to follow this message. Now, look at the crocodile. When the crocodile fights to survive, you see the fishes in the rivers as they are dying. When you see the antelope fighting to survive, hunger will kill the lions. When you see the buffaloes fighting to survive, you will see them defending themselves and indirectly killing their predators. When the fishes fight to survive, this fight for survival sponsors the death of the crocodiles and the bigger fishes like the whales or sharks, as the case may be. This is a message. And as an African, I encourage you to listen to this message critically. Now, let's take it to human. Even you as a human being, you cannot shy away from this trend. Before you say you have eaten a good lunch, today or tomorrow, you must have eaten goat. You must have eaten chicken. You must have eaten, some other animals. These are lives being exterminated to sponsor your survival and to the detriment of the species that you just killed. It is not just only in animal, but also in plants. When you eat yam, remember, the yam is a living thing. Yam didn't grow its tubers to be eaten. It grows its tubers to be able to reproduce again next year. So you killing the yams or you surviving through the yam sponsors the death of the yam. Listen, let's flow together. Because you eat, you are trying to fight to survive, you eat the yam, you eat other stuffs. Your fight for survival sponsors the death of the yam and other species you consume to survive. There are even animals that are living inside other animals. I hope you know this. They depend on human or other animals' ability to feed before they could survive or sustain their own life. Follow me carefully. Some of these animals are the worms that are living in your stomach, your intestines. The worm in your body is always in your body trying to fight to survive. So when you feed, when you eat, the worm will take the food without saying thank you. The worm is not being wicked. That worm is fighting to survive. Some other animals don't even have the power to kill. They don't even have the power to buy other animals or other organisms. So they depend on already dead animals to be able to feed on their remains. These species of animals are called the termites or even the vultures that feed on human or any dead organism, as the case may be. Die in the desert today or any place. The vultures will come for you. The vultures have food. So when a human being dies, you bury that human being beneath the ground, the termite goes to feed on them. This one can't even, don't even have power to kill any organism. But, for them to continue to survive, a dead animal must be brought to them. Do you understand? Yes, sir. The reason why nature calibrated life like this is simple. Life and death are intertwined. For any species to continue to exist, they must continue to die. So what nature does was to put the death of every animal at the survival of other animals. Think about it. Just think. Take a moment and think. And then when you come in nature, what every species does is to preserve their culture, because their culture is the only key heritage that will save or preserve them or protect them from being harmed within a reasonable amount of time, being harmed or killed by other species. This is the only thing that preserves them from being served as a meal to other predators.